What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Kool coming to you from Big Kool Entertainment with my CBT bros. We doing something different. We branching out from boxing. We're gonna talk a little March Madness, give our predictions. Fellas, want y'all introduce the people who are not familiar with y'all on this channel.
That's a bitch.
He's not a bitch for people. His name's Elton. Uh, JG is looking shot, but that's JG, man. You got Smooth Cat. You got CJ. He's stuck, but he'll be in. Like I said, we're gonna give y'all our predictions for tonight. I mean, for the NCAA tournament from first round to national championship. I'm gonna start with you, JG, since you and Mike, y'all the really the basketball gurus out of the group, and CJ. No offense, Elton, I don't really hear you talk too much about it, so I'm not gonna put you in there. But what are the teams y'all looking to make a surprise run in the tournament this year?
I'll start, man. I think that I mean it might not be much of a surprise to a lot of people, but I have Texas making a surprise run from the sixth seed out of the West bracket. I have them going to the Elite Eight. Um, Another team that I have making a surprise run, I have Iowa. Iowa's a very tough Big Ten team. I have them in the South bracket going to the Elite Eight. Uh, and I think that's pretty much it, man, for surprises.
Hey, Smooth Cat, what about you?
Well, some cats muted.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh, I didn't really.
Elton's
Oh.
gone too. Well, I guess it's just us, man. We could just probably just go over. You want to go over just by I guess region?
Yeah. All right. Well, the South region, I got Cal as a sleeper, even though they're a four seed, and I so hate it because Conzo Morton was the coach at Tennessee 2 years ago, and I did, but the fans greatly unappreciated him. Didn't really, didn't want to embrace him, and even though we got to the Sweet 16, should have got to the Elite Eight in his last year there. He done terrific. He got two freshmen as first round picks, and then a potential third player that's a first round pick. I got them going to the Sweet 16, and I would love to pick them over Kansas, but like I said, Kansas is made for the tournament for the most part. If Bill Self don't get in the way, because he kind of self destructs at times. We've seen in the past. And I think they come up short to Kansas in the Sweet 16, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got past Kansas. And Miami is another team in the South region to look out for. Well coached by Jim Larinaga,
Yes,
who
sir.
he
I
he
know
coached
about that.
he coached George Mason. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I
Northern
mean he a
Virginia.
terrific coach. Go ahead, JG. Go ahead, JG.
I was just repping Coach L, man, from George Mason, Northern Virginia. That's Fairfax, Virginia, right up the street.
Oh shit! So there it is. Then I mean, like I said, he definitely a great underrated coach, and he got a lot of athletic players at Miami. And you also got to consider the fact that Villanova, number two seed, could have been a number one seed, is a team to be reckoned with. But like I said, man, I think this region could be the best region, honestly, of
I
games
agree.
because you got who you got you got Maryland. Maryland, like JG, that's your squad, but like I said, you hopeful that they can surprise people, but they still got the talent to win it all, even though they haven't been playing consistent. You got
Yeah,
potential upset with Hawaii versus Cal. I mean, and then you got Temple and Iowa. That's another toss-up game.
Oh, all right. Y'all, can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I'm
we
gonna
hear you,
say
man.
this. And one of my upset picks, I got San SDAK State beating Maryland in the first round
Well, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me, bro. It wouldn't.
because
I,
from what I've seen from Maryland of late, they didn't get kind of like inconsistent.
No,
One day they look like a top 5 team. The next time they look like a lower tier team. So they kind of wishy washy for me. But they are talented. I give them that.
Maryland has been consistent as of late. The last 2 months, Melo Trimble's been playing terrible. I mean, if Melo Trimble can play 40% to what he's capable of, Maryland is beating top 5 teams. Because that's what the Big Ten has, you know what I'm saying, top 5 teams. Melo Trimble is probably shooting like 20%, like it's close to 20% in the last 2 months. And maybe I'm nuts, and maybe I'm just, over exaggerating, but when your best player is playing that bad, you're still in close games. I mean, you still have capabilities to stay up there, but I mean, dude just ain't bringing it right now. So I could definitely do that.
You gotta have your superstar take you home, like you said, JG, because Michigan State, they could have easily, been the ones raising that trophy in the Big Ten tournament. But like you said, Melo Trimble, y'all gotta search one out on him or something because he's missing. I mean, like he needs to rediscover himself.
That trophy?
Yeah, I mean they lost by what was it, 2 or 3 to Michigan State?
Melo shot like 1 for 12, 1 for 13.
Right.
And he did it in the regular season. He didn't show up in the regular season game against Michigan State either. I'm telling you, if everybody picking Michigan State to win, myself included, and Maryland is barely losing to these guys, that tells you all you need to know. It tells you it falls back on the point guard because, point guard plays and big man, is the key in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? It's 7 to 8 games. If Melo can at least give you, like JG said, 40% better of what 40% of what he's capable of doing. I mean, to go along with the big man and you got old boy Solomon that transferred from Duke. I probably messed his name up, Suleiman or whatever.
No, you got it right. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, so you got that. I don't know, man. I think Maryland kind of built for the ugly wins, though, man.
They are, though.
The games be close. They don't never really, score.
But you know what?
Go ahead, JG.
Now South Dakota State, they're one of those energetic little up and down teams. They like to run the floor real good. I don't know why. I really seeing it. I really seeing that as a real tough matchup for Maryland. I don't think they're gonna beat Maryland by much. I think it's gonna be like a close game. I think they might get them like 68 to 67, something like that.
Hey, but check this out though about the South region, right? Kansas #1 seed, right?
Right.
Maryland has been #2 in the nation. Iowa, I'm pretty sure Iowa has been up to #3 in the nation. They're the 7th seed in that region. And then Villanova, we know Villanova has been #1 in the nation. So this is definitely a how do I say it? A cesspool right here.
Yep. And then I'm telling you, in Arizona, you can't sleep on Arizona either.
Never can sleep on them. Never.
And who's playing Arizona from 11? I mean, that playing game, is that Michigan versus Tulsa? Winner play them?
I think it's whoever Wichita.
I think it might be Ohio State, won't it? I thought because I know Ohio State playing tonight or something, or another team playing.
Okay, it's Vanderbilt, Wichita State.
No, I was wondering who was. I just picked Arizona regardless, but I was wondering who their potential matchup because even though we picking blindly, you know what I'm saying. If it's Michigan
Vandy or Wichita State, has had some luck in the tournament.
And Vandy, I mean, Vandy a solid team. Vandy a solid team. They should be in. I think South Carolina should have been in from the SEC instead of Vanderbilt because I think South Carolina's record was like 24-7, 25-8 or something like that, and they got snubbed. And we had mentioned that in before we wrap it up. But let's go on to the West region where you have Oregon as the #1 seed. We're gonna look at the top 4 seeds in that West region. You have You have Oregon #1. You have Oklahoma #2, Texas A&M #3, Duke #4. I think Duke is primed for upset against North Carolina Wilmington.
Okay,
I think they could have.
Before you say anything, I'm about to go off a little bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
And because Duke always somehow gets, you know what I'm saying? They never in the toughest bracket, and they
I
always
agree.
get a favorable seed, man. How do they get a 4 and Maryland gets a 5?
Mike Krzyzewski. And I guess it's that stigma, or it's that I don't know, man. Like, you're right though. They should have been in the South region, and I guarantee they was.
It's never usually like this. You look at who Maryland played during their schedule, the Big Ten, how tough the Big Ten was this year compared to that ACC schedule of Duke. And you tell me Duke, yeah, I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir right now, but I always feel like Duke always gets, like Iowa's number 7? Nah, man.
Big Ten was the best conference, or either Big Ten or Big 12 was the best conference by far this season. And yeah, you're right. Iowa number 7. Iowa at least need to be no lower than a 5. You know what I'm saying? Because they solid.
They don't need to be lower than Duke. I'm just saying. True. But I mean, we can finish.
But Baylor gonna take care of Duke, I think, if they meet up. That's the prediction I got. But I do put Duke on upset alert, and you have Baylor as a sleeper in that region. Is the definite sleeper. In Texas.
Man, for some reason, I got Duke going to the Sweet 6. I got them beating Baylor, man. I don't know why. I just got them beating them. I got them beating Baylor, getting smoked by Oregon.
Hey, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I got Duke beating Baylor too, and I also got Duke beating Oregon.
Hell no, you sleeping.
No, but
they put Duke in there. They put Duke in that region for a reason, bro.
Right. Now, but I'm gonna tell you this. I got Oklahoma getting rid of Duke though.
They're gonna dispose of Duke if that happens. That's not even gonna be a game.
I agree that they got nobody to stick Buddy Hield at all. No one.
But
Duke got knocked out.
I got Texas beating Oklahoma in the Sweet 16. Check this out though, right? Texas beat Northern Iowa, right? Then let's say Texas A&M beats.
I got Northern Iowa.
You got Texas and Texas A&M. That's a rival game right there. That's right. Texas wins that one. Then you got Oklahoma and Texas, which is the Red River.
Red River
shootout. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not going to matter what seeding these two are.
Yeah, okay. I can see.
Yeah. I feel because once the rivalry's in there, it like you throw it all out the way. I mean, you throw it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what's great about the tournament.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this. See, I'm the type I like to pick upsets because for some reason I always do good with the upsets. Northern Iowa is getting rid of Texas the first game. Texas is gone.
I can see that though.
It's possible. Go ahead, JG.
No, I was agreeing.
It's possible because I know one of their star players, he coming back from a broken foot, and Shaka Smart said he expect him to play 15 to 20 minutes I guess in the opening round game. But Northern Iowa, man, I mean they good, and Texas. I think Texas is gonna handle it though. I think Texas. This might be one of those games where a blowout is unexpected, but this is the game we get it, where Texas just blows the roof off Northern Iowa and just can really coast and sit some of their players into for the next game. But another game that's intriguing is Oregon State VCU.
Ooh,
absolutely.
I think VCU is primed for the upset.
I got VCU too.
VCU
I got VCU too.
VCU, man, that's where Shaka Smart came from. I mean,
I know that, man.
I know you know that, but you know what I'm saying. They real deal should have won, potentially won a championship that year that they just went on that crazy run. But you run out of gas and the depth of as you keep going against better comp, it starts to get to you. But if they were deeper, they definitely probably would have won it, man. But these programs like Butler, VCU, Xavier, these teams is always gonna either be there to give you fits or take it far.
Mm-hmm.
But Yale might be a good challenge for Baylor. They may be.
Come on, man.
You said what?
Nah,
Nah. They probably won't. The game I'm least looking forward to is, and from this bracket, is St. Joe's Cincinnati. Even though it'll probably turn out to be a great game, I think that neither one of these teams pose a challenge to Oregon in the second, or what they call it now, the third round. So I'm not really worried too much about that.
I got Cincy winning that one.
Yeah, I got Cincy too. Even though I won't be surprised if they lose.
I went with St. Joe's.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
want to go with St. Joe's, but they didn't look all that good to me this year. From the two times I seen them.
I know, but I mean, like, here's the thing about a lot of these first round matchups. I don't know how many in last year where games were very close and they were just like buzzer beaters or last second shots. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that game is probably primed for one of those type innings. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that UConn game, that UConn, who they played to when they hit the 62 footer off the backboard
Oh
to send it to
man,
overtime. That game was crazy. It was Cincinnati they played, I believe. I think it was UConn and Cincinnati. But let's go over to the East bracket where you have North Carolina, the number 1 seed. You have Xavier, team I just mentioned, the number 2 seed.
It's a tough bracket too.
West Virginia, the number 3 seed. Yeah, West Virginia, the number 3 seed. Kentucky, the number 4, and other teams to watch out for is Providence, who can score. Indiana, who is talented, and Wisconsin, who's another team like Kansas that's battle tested in the NCAA tournament. And have these the type of teams like Kansas, Michigan State. These are why these teams do so well in the tournament, because they have a program that's built. They don't really have too many one and done players. You know what I'm saying? They have guys that's there, sophomore, junior, senior. Hey, look at Perry Ellis. I swear he's been there since 7 or 8 years. You know what I'm saying? He just not finna graduate. But I mean, go ahead, Smooth Cat. Who you got?
okay,
Really getting to the Sweet 16 out of this bracket.
okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all like this. West Virginia is another good talented team who I feel is kind of vulnerable. I got them leaving in the first round too.
Man, Mike, you need to go. No,
Wow.
no. You must ain't really seen them.
What?
West Virginia is getting put out in the first round.
Whoa, Mike, have you seen them play? Like,
No. Hey, and I didn't see them play. That's why I said they very talented, very talented. But they going home in the first round.
So you got a
you're right
14.
about that.
I
You
got
got
the not okay. Here we go. Not only do I got the 14 seed beating them, I got the 14 seed beating Notre Dame too, and then eventually losing to Wisconsin because I
you
got
got Steve.
Wisconsin beating Xavier.
What? That's what we're getting today. Okay.
If you got them, go ahead, JG. Go ahead.
You're part of the 7.6% picking Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
Mike, if you got them beating West Virginia, then you might as well have them beat Wisconsin or Pittsburgh and going to
I don't think they can beat Wisconsin.
But you think they could beat West Virginia? West Virginia
Right.
would smoke Wisconsin, and I would put money on that.
No, hell no. Hell
JG, wouldn't West Virginia
no.
wipe before Wisconsin?
No. Hell
West
no.
Dude, they are athletic.
And
They athletic, and
and
Wisconsin got the shooters.
Look how they started to suffocate Kansas a little bit.
Wisconsin is like the NCAA version of a more boring Spurs team, but even with them being boring, they still fundamentally sound.
This just one game though. I mean, I can see if it was a series. No.
Wisconsin is kind of built for the tournament too, even though they haven't had the year that that we know that they have, or we've become accustomed. Wisconsin, they play that slow basketball, one possession, half court possession. We defend the possession, we go down, we execute. That's how Wisconsin plays, and they've been playing like that all year, even though it hasn't shown up on their record. So they're going to be battle tested, being in the Big Ten. They're going to be ready for this tournament.
I can't believe you got. I can't believe you got SF Austin beating West Virginia.
And I'm gonna tell you this: as soon as it happened, watch y'all gonna be like, how did he know that? How did he know? Dude, I do this shit every
I
year,
go back.
and I promise you, I do it every year. Every year I pick at least 4 to 5 good upsets that nobody saw coming.
Well, you don't. Well, I definitely don't see that, and I don't expect it. I'm not even nervous about this game. I'm not even. This game is gonna go. West Virginia. I'm telling you, West Virginia. They defense is. Dude, did you see how they was pressuring Kansas when they made their little mini comeback in the Big 12 final? Where they caused a turnover and old boy had to call the timeout. I mean, they gonna lock down on SF Austin, who's not as athletic and quick as Kansas, and it's gonna be like
you overlooking them.
it's gonna be like a cheetah chasing me or something. I mean, it's just gonna be. It's not gonna be.
Hello,
Man, but I'm gonna go with my Sweet 16 on that region. I got UNC. I got Kentucky, which UNC and Kentucky is gonna be a very tough matchup to me. That's gonna be a very tough matchup.
Hey, I was smiling when I put that one.
That one right there, man, was tough. I picked UNC to win, but it's gonna be. I picked UNC to win based on experience, but UNC very well could lose that game. It's gonna be a very athletic, fast. It's gonna be a fast game. It's probably gonna come down to the wire. I also had West Virginia and Wisconsin, 2 teams you talked about. I think West Virginia is gonna pull that one out. I don't know why. I feel like West Virginia just has the easiest road. Like to me, I think they beat Stephen F. Austin. I got them beating Notre Dame. I know you have Notre Dame actually losing to whoever they're playing.
Stephen F. Austin.
Stephen F. Austin is playing West Virginia.
No, but I'm talking about in the second round. I got Stephen F. Austin beating them going and losing to Wisconsin.
Okay. Well, I got West Virginia beating Notre Dame, and then so Wisconsin, man, like I said, they've been battle tested all year, and it's gonna show. I got them beating Pitt, beating Xavier. That's an upset that I have.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I mean, where's Xavier play? Are they in the Atlantic 10?
Yeah,
they did the Big East now. I thought they did the Big East now.
Yeah, they're in the Big East.
Okay.
Or is that Butler? No, they in the Big East. They're in the Big East.
The thing is that I've noticed about Big Ten basketball, I've watched a lot of it, is that a lot of the games are like I talked about with Wisconsin. A lot of them are one possession, half court, rebounding, the fundamentals of the game. The things that you can really control in the basketball game, the Big Ten is very strong in those areas. And I'm not gonna say that the Big Ten is outright the best conference, but when you talk about those areas, the Big Ten is very consistent. And for a tournament like this, of this magnitude, you kind of need, rebounding, hustling, defending. I'm not gonna say they score well, but execute well. And so I got West Virginia going over Wisconsin, and then I got UNC. I got West Virginia beating UNC.
Wow.
Into the final.
Yeah. That's not a shocker. I mean, North Carolina inconsistent. They probably talent-wise the best team in the country, but they inconsistent.
I inconsistent. I do think
they won't show up that night. I feel it's gonna be a bad night and they lose a close one.
And another thing, what JG was saying about the Big Ten, that's when it really matters for the when you get to the tournament that's all a coach asks for, is be able to have one possession. That's all you need at the end of the game to win it or tie it. That's all you need. But if you get to playing these Big 12 teams, these SEC teams that's gonna try to run you out the building, a Big Ten team do not like that. That's why they practice physicality. They go with the big man and they get the guard that really can. They can slow the game down. So,
hey, now I'm gonna mention one team from the Big Ten who I feel is vastly underrated, and they got two dominant big dudes. Who, Purdue. Purdue is a team to definitely be scared of.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say be scared of. I wouldn't say be scared of, but I definitely. proceed with caution. I wouldn't overlook them by any means because they could have beat Michigan State. I mean, the Big Ten was deep this year. Them
They
and
get no love with these teams. They ain't get no love with these seasons, bro.
They sure
Nope.
didn't. They got disrespected. Hell, honestly, if we go back to the Big Ten tournament, my team got cheated by Michigan.
And Michigan could potentially gonna play their stuff into they in the 11 seed game. Indiana is another team to watch out in this East region, man. They got a lot of talent. They number
Absolutely.
5 seed. They're number 5 seed. They probably should have been a little higher. I think Providence, you can watch out for them. I don't think they're gonna beat North Carolina, but I think it'll be a good game. Providence can score but can't really defend, so that's what they're gonna
get them.
Whoever come out of there, they're gonna lose to UNC. I prefer to watch Providence against UNC.
Coming out of the East.
You got who?
I got North Carolina coming out the East.
I thought you said I thought you said USC. I was about to say shit. Okay, you going over there with the
No. hey, I got USC beating Providence though.
I can see that.
I do. I got USC winning that one too.
I got Providence winning. Hey Elton, what about you? We in the East bracket. Who you got coming out there? Who you got winning the first round games and eventually coming out of the East bracket?
Shit, I ain't even studied the brackets yet.
Oh well, quick. One seed. One. Okay, well then that's North Carolina. They're the number 1 seed, so I guess that's what it is then. But West Virginia number 3, Xavier number 2, Kentucky number 4, Indiana number 5. Just to throw out some teams that you recognize. Wisconsin in there at number 7.
I will pick Kentucky coming out the East.
I don't know, man. I think John Calipari gonna cost him. Even though as great as he is, man, he finally just won the title a few years ago, man. I think that he gonna. I don't know. I think the boys gonna kind of fold a little bit under the pressure of UNC.
They are young. They're young and they're not as talented as they normally have been in the past.
Tyler Eulis in his backcourt mate, though they you know what I'm saying, they a deadly duo. He the sophomore, I think Tyler Eulis is, so I believe he is. But I mean he like what 6'1", 6'2". He quick, he can shoot, he can drive. So I mean I ain't gonna say that's a crazy pick. But I think that West Virginia is definitely a team to watch. Because I can see them really, dominating this bracket in terms of just their physicality and the way they can defend and they season. And Bob Huggins, man, he's a great coach.
First round exit.
No, yeah, well, good luck with that.
Hey, I promise you when it happens, I'm gonna bring it up.
Hey, on to the Midwest region where we have
my favorite region.
We got top 4 seeds. We got Virginia number 1. We got Michigan State number 2, Utah number 3, Iowa State number 4. And I don't look at this region as being too tough for real. I mean, I think actually Virginia and Michigan State should, go right through it. And like you said, watch out for Purdue and maybe Iowa State. And maybe Fresno State for upsetting Utah, but other than that, man, Syracuse shouldn't have been in the tournament. So I don't see this. This is probably the weakest bracket and region out of the whole tournament this year. Do y'all agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah, but
this is like I said. I might tie this one with the one Duke in. I might say a tie.
No, man. You gotta look at Duke. That region got Texas A&M, VCU, Oklahoma, Baylor, and Oregon. That's definitely not a weak. Region at all.
Yeah, and I got some upsets in this bracket too.
I mean, normally I would pick Butler, but they don't. I mean. They're not the boogeyman that they once were. Their coach is with the Celtics. I forget his damn name.
Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens.
I know Brad, but I forgot his last name. But yeah, they ain't got Brad Stevens no more. So
Brad Cooney.
They're not the Butler team that we're accustomed to seeing with that Butler name. in the tournament bracket.
Yeah, I agree. And Texas A&M, Lovey Smith. I mean, I said Lovey Smith, Tubby Smith. Uh, shit.
Oh man.
That's his brother. That's his brother. Tubby Smith. No, we all know what he did in Minnesota, in Kentucky. I think he got these boys on the right path. You know what I'm saying? And I think they're gonna beat Butler, but I won't be surprised if Texas Tech gets them. And shit.
Hey, all right. Are we gonna run through? We gonna run through this bracket too?
Yeah, we run through it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Whatever game y'all want to talk about.
All right. Let me see. One of the interesting games in this one to me is Seton versus Gonzaga. Like you say, two teams who don't
Seton
get
Hall.
the actual
Seton
national.
Seton Hall.
Yeah, Seton. My bad. Seton Hall versus
Seton.
Gonzaga. It's two teams who don't get the national hype like a lot of other ones do. But I think this one should be a real fun game. And I don't think the seeding too much matters in this one. I think Gonzaga is a much better team than Seton. And I got Gonzaga beating Seton Hall.
Hell no.
I think Seton Hall is.
Go ahead, JG.
I think Gonzaga is. I think that they got more. They got more ways to win than Seton Hall does to me.
Man, have you watched this year's Gonzaga team? They barely made it in. If they didn't win a tournament, they wouldn't have got it in. I mean, right. Seton Hall gonna beat them. Seton Hall gonna beat them. They barely beat Providence in a classic Big East, whatever their conference is now, championship game. I think Seton Hall gonna win this game probably about 5 to 10 points.
I think Gonzaga gonna beat them by one of them 3-pointers at the end of the game.
It's possible, man. First round, man, is nuts. I got Seton Hall winning that game. In games that I want to talk about, say Sweet 16, I got UVA and Purdue. That's a tough game. Purdue very well can win that game. That is a tough game. That's probably going to be the toughest game. I mean, other than if UVA and Michigan State meet up in the Elite Eight.
I got UVA losing in a round of 32.
Dude, honestly, man, I really didn't even think about Purdue when I was making my prediction. I don't know. I feel like
I got Purdue in the Elite
Eight.
I had
a tough time with Purdue and UVA.
I feel like now Purdue. Y'all convinced me. I feel like Purdue gonna beat Iowa State.
Yeah, I have Purdue beating Iowa State.
Yeah. But I got Iowa State beating them. But listening to y'all and then watching how they played all year round, I mean, but my bracket's made up. Even though I got another bracket that got Purdue beating them, we're gonna stick with this one. But
and then I got Michigan State barely beating Purdue to go to the Final Four.
Damn, man, y'all selling me on Purdue for real. Even though y'all ain't selling me, I think that Purdue might come out.
I seen what Purdue did to Northwestern, and I'm like, oh.
Purdue, and I mean, like we were saying, the Big Ten really got screwed during this process. You're not gonna tell me that Duke is a better team than Purdue.
I don't believe so either.
They just going off talent wise. They going off of the big name talent, man. You know how that is. And that's why, honestly, I'm surprised Oregon got the #1 seed. You know what I'm saying? Even though they record, they earned it. But, I mean, I thought they would for sure give it to Villanova or Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, Oregon, I'm telling you, man, the Pac-12 was another deep team. How many teams they got? They got Cal. They got Oregon State. They got USC. Who else they got coming up? Who else in the tournament from them? Utah?
Yeah, Utah.
Man, let me talk about this Dayton and Syracuse. Syracuse should not have been in the tournament, man.
I think Dayton go first.
I heard the reason that they were in the tournament was because somebody said that they wasn't the same team the first 9 games because Jim Boeheim was suspended. But the NCAA suspended. Yeah. But the NCAA suspended. So why are they gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Well, we decided to suspend your coach for 9 games. because he did wrong and he deserved it. But we're gonna give y'all the benefit, throw y'all a bone, and put you in the tournament. I mean, that don't make no sense to me. And I think that South Carolina again should have been in over Syracuse.
Yeah, I agree.
Hell, you can even throw LSU, even though they don't deserve to be in. If you're gonna throw Syracuse in there, you could at least make LSU play in one of the play-in games.
Hey, I just knew they was gonna let LSU be like a 16 seed. I was waiting on that.
Oh shit! I mean, that would have been crazy because you never really see no major conference team be a 16 seed, and they probably would never happen anyway, unless they were just the lowest I've seen was Georgia.
But good.
The lowest I've seen was Georgia back a couple years ago when they was the 14 seed. After they won the SEC tournament, you know what I'm saying. Other than that, that's when was it Gaines Adams? He played. Well, anyway, Elton, who you got coming out the Midwest region?
Let me look at it. Michigan State.
Damn, man, Michigan State. I hate them motherfuckers because I still ain't forgave them when they beat us Tennessee a couple years ago. And that was a classic game, but I think they the best team. I mean, they the best tournament team.
Out of everybody,
there's so much crap in it. The Associated Press and the USA Today rankings both have Michigan State as the number 2 team in the nation. How the hell do they get a number 2 seed in this tournament?
All right, well let's look at this then. Let's look at the 4 number 1 seeds. Let's look at the 4 number 1 seeds and see who should be, who should not be a number 1 seed. You got Virginia, you got Oregon, you got North Carolina, you got Kansas. I think that Michigan State should have replaced North Carolina. Well, I can't say that. I mean, it's hard to say that.
They should have got Oregon.
Replace Virginia. No, they should have got Virginia spot.
Oregon and Virginia, but not North Carolina earned theirs.
Now here's the thing: Michigan State earned that number 1 seed. They earned it.
Oregon earned theirs. So
Oregon.
The only team that's a number 1 seed that didn't win their conference tournament is Virginia, and they in the same region with Michigan State, so you should swap them out because Oregon, North Carolina, and Kansas all won the regular season title
You sold me
on
that.
What I'm saying?
Playing another team.
How you want to tell me that Purdue is a 5 seed when they rank number 12 in the nation on the Associated Press?
Purdue should be like a 3
and
seed.
they're number 10 in USA Today. Like I
Purdue should be like a 3 or a 2.
Huh?
I said Purdue should be like either a 2 seed or a 3 seed.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
And they got, I believe they got Iowa State overseeded, man. They should be a little lower.
I mean, Iowa State. I mean, yeah, they probably should be a 5, maybe a 5.
Right. Well, right. Maybe a 6 at the lowest.
How did Utah get a higher ranking than Purdue?
I don't know.
It's a what's called. People do not believe this. It's a bias against the Big Ten. You can look anytime in basketball. That's okay.
Nah, I don't know, man. Because when Ohio State was good, I mean Michigan State, I mean Wisconsin, they give them they just do this year. I don't know what the hell happened.
It's the Midwest bias.
How the fuck is Oregon State a 7 seed?
Yo, how is Xavier 2?
Man, I thought I was the only one with Xavier.
The Big East was a solid division. I mean, solid conference. I mean, but I'm still sure. How the fuck is Oregon State a number 7 seed? I don't know. How is Baylor number 5 instead of number 3 seed or what? I mean, you can easily swap them out with Texas A&M.
I mean, I think that for one, the way that it was done in the let me see, it's the West bracket, right?
Yeah.
I think that they set up the West bracket like they kind of say on TV today. They don't believe that the board set these matchups for money. But like I just told you, if things work out like they're supposed to, Texas is gonna play Texas A&M and then Oklahoma.
and Duke gonna play Baylor. Then Duke,
Baylor, yeah.
Duke is gonna ultimately come out the West if it's like what JG saying. I mean, because as great as Oklahoma's been this year, they don't have a tradition and history and success as a Duke. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Duke can't hang with
Oklahoma gonna
Oklahoma.
choke.
Duke can't hang with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, like JG said, they could choke. You remember? Because I was watching them play Baylor, and they were at home. They were beating the fuck out of Baylor, and then Baylor just started coming back. I mean, they turned them over so many times. Even though Oklahoma eventually won the game, I was like, dude, y'all had like a 20-point lead with like 8 minutes or something, and then they just kept chipping away. Kept chipping away. Then what's old boy from Oklahoma?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield just.
You know what I'll say about Buddy Hield? Now, he's a very talented scorer. My only thing with him is, okay, he'll start the game, let's say 2 for 7 from the 3-point line, and he'll keep shooting threes, and then it'll get to the point toward the end of the game, people will be like, okay, well, at least he had 48%. Right, but you shot 20-some threes to get the 48%? Because you shoot too much. Go to the hole.
All right, JG, you got to run. So give us your Final Four predictions and your national champion and your matchup game in your national champion.
Final Four. I got Kansas versus Oregon. And I got West Virginia versus Michigan State. I have Kansas defeating Oregon. I have West Virginia defeating Michigan State. Because Michigan State is known for getting to the Final Four and choking.
True.
When they get to the Final Four.
What's your score, though? What's your score in the championship game?
My score is I had it 72-60 for Kansas. Kansas is your national champion in my bracket.
All right, man. Appreciate you, joining the hangout. Got some great insight for you. He has West Virginia winning. You had West Virginia winning it, right?
I got Kansas. Oh.
You got Kansas a 12-point winner over West Virginia.
Yes. Bill Self, you will get a title. Peace.
Finally, if you don't choke, if you don't give it up. All right, though, JG, take it easy, man.
Peace.
But I got well, let's go. My Final Four, or Elton, who your Final Four?
It's gonna be Buffalo and Weber State.
Could he just say Langston Hughes?
Nah, I got Michigan State, Kansas, and then West Virginia with Michigan State beating West Virginia, and actually Texas A&M beating Kansas, with actually Michigan State winning the national title, 80-73.
So you got who win? You got North Carolina. Who you said?
They said Michigan State winning the national title.
Over who?
Yeah,
over I think he said Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smooth Cat. Who you got?
Okay, I got Kansas versus Oklahoma and the Tar Heels versus Michigan State. I got Kansas beating Oklahoma in a good one, and I got Michigan State beating UNC. For the national championship, I got Kansas beating Michigan State 93-76.
Okay.
I believe Kansas is the best team in the country overall.
I got in my Final Four. I have Kansas versus Oregon, North Carolina versus Michigan State, who will be the only 2 seed to make it to the Final Four. I have Kansas defeating Oregon in a very, very close and a very great game. And I have I have Michigan State beating North Carolina by 7 points to come out of that Final Four game. And I got Michigan State defeating Kansas 85-82. I mean, I think that old boy I can't think of his name from Michigan State, Valentine. I think that he's gonna be ready. I think that he's a senior. He ready to go out on a high note. And I think that they get the job done, man. 85-82. And sorry, Bill Self, you have one more year of thinking, wow.
Hey, Bill Self, you're a former Illini coach. You gonna get you another national title this year.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure talking NCAA March Madness with you all. Hope y'all, my viewers, this is something different. So hopefully y'all check it out. Subscribe to both of the channels, Big Cool Entertainment as well as Colossal Boxing Talk. Leave comments in the comment section below. Like this video. Like I said, subscribe to both channels. And until next time, we out. I'm out. Peace.